Shri Jayant Chaudhary.
Honorable Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House papers mentioned against my name at serial number 2A of today's revised list of business.
Shri Bandi Sanjay Kumar.
मैं आज की संशोधित कार्यवाही में क्रम संख्या 2B पर मेरे वरिष्ठ सहयोगी श्री नित्यानंद जी के नाम के सम्मुख को लिखित दस्तावेज सभा पर रखता हूं।
प्रोफेसर SP सिंह बघेल।
सभापति महोदय, मैं आज की राज्यसभा की पुनरीक्षित कार्यसूची में मेरे नाम के आगे क्रम संख्या 2 पर किए गए प्रपत्र सदन के पटल पर रखने की अनुमति चाहता हूँ।
श्री अजय टमटा।
महोदय, आपकी अनुमति से मैं संशोधित कार्यसूची के क्रम संख्या 4 पर मेरे नाम के सामने उल्लेखित पत्रों को सदन के पटल पर रखता हूँ।
श्री बंडी संजय कुमार।
मैं आज की पुनरीक्षित कार्यसूची में क्रम संख्या 2E पर मेरे नाम के सम्मुख लिखित दस्तावेज सभा पर रखता हूँ।
श्री सुकांता मजुमदार।
Honorable Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 6 in today's revised list of business.
श्रीमती सावित्री ठाकुर।
महोदय, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की संशोधित कार्यसूची क्रम संख्या 6 पर मेरे नाम के समक्ष सूचीबद्ध दस्तावेज सदन के पटल पर रखती चाहती हूँ।
श्री हर्ष मल्होत्रा।
Respected Chairman, sir, with your permission, I rise to lay the papers mentioned against my name at serial number 2H of the revised list of business.
Message from Lok Sabha, Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on the 25th of March 2025 passed the Boilers Bill 2025 with some amendments. The bill was passed by the Rajya Sabha on the 4th of December 2024. I lay a copy of the bill as amended on the table.
Reports of the department related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth and Sports, Shri Ghanshyam Tiwari.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं विभाग संबंधित शिक्षा, महिला, बाल, युवा और खेल संबंधी संसदीय स्थायी समिति के निम्नलिखित प्रतिवेदन अंग्रेजी तथा हिंदी में प्रस्तुत करता हूं। 1. स्कूल शिक्षा एवं साक्षरता विभाग के अनुदान मांगे 2025-26 पर 363वां प्रतिवेदन और 2. उच्चतर शिक्षा विभाग के अनुदान मांगे 2025-26 पर 364वां प्रतिवेदन।
Report of the Department related Parliament Standing Committee on Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Ayodhya Rami Reddy Allah.
Thank you, Chairman sir. I rise to lay the fourth report on action taken by the government on the recommendations, observations contained in the first report of Department related Standing Committee on Housing and Urban Affairs 2024-25 on the subject Demands for Grants 2024-25 of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Hindi and English versions listed against my name in today's list of business. Thank you.
Reports of the Committee on Public Accounts, Shri Shakti Singh Gohil, Shri Tiruchi Shiva, we'll take it later on. Yes. Reports of the Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Member of Parliament, Shri Tiruchi Shiva.
Sir, I lay on the table of the House the reports, a copy each in English and Hindi of the following reports of the Committee on Public Accounts 2024-25. 19th report of the Committee on Compliance Audit of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. 20th report of the Committee on Suboptimum Utilization of the Capacities of GSAT-18 Satellite. And 21st report of the Committee on Short Closure of Project for Development of Special Grade Carbon Fiber. Thank you, sir.
Statements of the Committee on Welfare of Other Backward Classes, Sushri Kavita Patidar.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं आज की कार्यसूची में मेरे नाम के सामने यथा सूचीबद्ध अन्य पिछड़ा वर्गों के कल्याण संबंधी समिति के दूसरे और चौथे की गई कार्यवाही प्रतिवेदन 18वीं लोकसभा में अंतर्विष्ट टिप्पणियों सिफारिशों पर सरकार द्वारा की गई अंतिम कार्रवाई को दर्शाने वाले 2 विवरणों के हिंदी तथा अंग्रेजी संस्करण की एक प्रति सभा पटल पर रखती हूँ।
Honorable members, 4 notices have been received under Rule 267. The notice of Sri Sanjay Singh demands discussion over adverse impact of upcoming delimitation exercise in various states. The notice of Sri Ramji Rao Suman demands discussion over the ongoing protest by farmers and need for government to resolve their issues. The notice of Sri Saket Gokhale demands discussion over the alleged lapse of Election Commission in issuance of multiple duplicate electors' photo identity cards across the states. The notice emanating from Sri Santosh Kumar P. demands discussion over the misuse of enforcement directorate by the government. Honorable members, I do not find any ground to accord my sanction to these, and I would try to accommodate the honorable members if they would make a request for 0 hour in precedence. Honorable members, I need to indicate to the House that we yesterday had a very fruitful interaction on the issue that is agitating minds of the public. There was gracious presence of leaders of political parties, including leader of the House and leader of the opposition. Without going into the details, the deliberations were consensual, reflecting cooperation, concern, and the issue is not between institutions inter se. It is not that executive, legislature, or judiciary are pitted against each other. All the institutions in the country have to function in tandem, in togetherness, and also there are checks and balances which are well meant. It has been given by both leader of the House and leader of the opposition that after having wider consultations amongst all concerned in their respective parties and otherwise, they would come to the chairman for further deliberations. That was the conclusion after both leader of the House and leader of the opposition had shared their thoughts along with others. Matters raised with permission. Srimati Sonia Gandhi regarding non-fulfillment of maternity entitlements under National Food Security Act 2013 and PMMVY.
Honorable Chairman, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I rise to address this House on a matter of great importance: the non-fulfillment of maternity entitlements under National Food Security Act 2013 and Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. The National Food Security Act was passed by Parliament in September 2013 under the leadership of Dr. Manmohan Singh Ji. It has been the foundation for the Pradhan Mantri Gharib Kalyan Yojana. The Act also includes Rs 6,000 per child as maternity entitlement for pregnant women in the informal sector. The Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, or PMMVY, launched in 2017, seeks to fulfill this entitlement, but it provides only Rs 5,000 for the first child, that is extended to the second child also if it is a girl. According to one informed analysis, in the year 2022-23, about 68% of pregnant women received at least one installment of PMMVY for first birth. But in the very next year, this proportion fell drastically to just around 12%. I would like to ask the Union government, why was this allowed to happen? Sir, the full implementation of the maternity benefits provision of the NFSA 2013 requires an annual budget of around Rs 12,000 crores. It is surprising that the budget documents do not contain information on allocations for the PMMVY separately. All that the documents reveal is that there is a program called Samarthya in the Ministry of Women and Child Development. This has 5 components, of which the PMMVY is one. The allocation in 2025-26 for Samarthya is only Rs 2,521 crore. This clearly shows that the PMMVY is severely underfunded, thereby violating the key provisions of a law passed by Parliament itself.
Sri Dola Sen need to reconsider the advisory of reducing cooking oil in midday meals under the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman PM Poshan. Your birthday.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me opportunity to speak on my zero-hour submission on need to urgently reconsider of advisory to reduce cooking oil in midday meals. The Union government has issued an advisory recommending a 10% reduction in cooking oil uses in midday meals under the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman PM Poshan scheme, aiming to combat childhood obesity. While addressing obesity is important, sir, this directive may not consider the diverse nutritional needs of children across the country. Many students relying on midday meals come from economically disadvantaged backgrounds where malnutrition rather than obesity is prevalent. Healthy fats from cooking oils are essential for growth and cognitive development. A blanket reduction even could inadvertently deprive these children of necessary nutrients. Moreover, concerns have been raised about the potential impact on meal equality. Reducing oil content might lead to the use of lower quality ingredients or dilution methods using water, compromising both taste and nutritional value. Stakeholders have criticized the advisory as inscientific, calling for a comprehensive nutritional assessment before implementing such measures. Additionally, the advisory lacks empirical data supporting the correlation between current oil uses in midday meals and rising obesity rates among school children. Without such evidence, policy changes may be misguided and potentially harmful, sir. Given these concerns, it is imperative that the government re-evaluates the advisory. A thorough evidence-based study should be conducted to assess the nutritional implications of reducing cooking oil in midday meals. Policies should be tailored to address regional health changes, ensuring that interventions are aligned to the realities on the ground and not averse to them. हम सोचते हैं सर पर स्टूडेंट पर चाइल्ड फंड रेट रुपीस अलॉटमेंट को बढ़ाना चाहिए. I urge upon the union government ताकि it may be taken up in serious note and the advisory may be revoked so that the children from downtrodden families who are large in numbers, the majority of our population, may get their rights as per law. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dolaji. Thank you. Please. Honorable Sri N. Shanmugam, need to review, please sit down, need to review the facial recognition system for using take-home ration to the beneficiaries under Integrated Child Development Services Scheme through Anganwadi workers.
Sir, I am raising a very important matter on the problem being faced by the beneficiary under ICDS program. Representation have been received from various stakeholders against the introduction of two-phase authentication system for take-home ration distribution through Anganwadi workers for beneficiary under ICDS. Under Mission Section Anganwadi and Mission Boshan Supplementary Nutrition is provided to children, pregnant women, lactating mother to address the challenge of malnutrition. Even the pregnant mothers are compelled to come to the Anganwadi centers to do facial recognition for getting the ration. Because of this cumbersome procedure and not getting OTP as the mobile which is registered might be with a male member and not readily accessible to beneficiary, many people are not able to avail the benefit. This system has also been put strain in the Anganwadi workers as they have to carry kits to the centers and sometimes they are not received and due to tower problem, phones does not work. Even all the Anganwadi workers are not having smartphones. This system may reduce the strength of the beneficiaries in which the funds will also be reduced to the state, which is not fair. Sir, they are getting only meager honorarium which is less than the minimum wages declared by the various state governments. The enormous amount of work which they have to perform, it is nothing but exploitation of workers. Hence, their salary should be increased and other welfare benefits like PF, ESI, pension should be extended to them. At many places, Anganwadi workers are going on strike. I would therefore demand that the ministry should review the conditions of the facial recognition for issuing take-home ration to beneficiaries and should simplify the procedure for issuing ration as the old system has also got the transparency and verification through register after getting the beneficiary signatures. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanmugamji. Sri B. Parth Sardhi Reddy, concern over the reciprocal tariff imposed by the United States on Indian pharma exports.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. Today I wish to draw the House's urgent attention to the most worrisome and immediate threat to the Indian pharmaceutical industry owing to the US reciprocal tariff proposed, which may come into force any time from now on. This could badly impact on industry which is very vital to our country's economy and immediate job threat to over 30 lakh Indians, In 2023 to 24, India exported about $9 billion, that is 74,000 crores worth of pharma products to the US, and exports are growing rapidly. This makes the US the largest importer of Indian pharmaceutical products, accounting for over 31% of the India's total pharma exports. The Indian pharmaceutical industry, which is considered as pharmacy of the world, is likely to face significant challenges due to the US reciprocal tariff policy. Sir, Indian pharma products will become more expensive in the US market, which may result in substantial loss in US market share for our Indian pharma companies. This could lead to reduced profit margins, especially for low-cost generic medicines, and they may become uncompetitive, and most of their investments may not be viable. In terms of economic impact, the Indian pharmaceutical sector contributes significantly to India's GDP and foreign exchange earnings. The reciprocal tariff proposal could lead to forex revenue declines and potential job losses, affecting employment in manufacturing, research and distribution chain, and suffer competitive challenges. Sir, as a scientist, I urge the Government of India through this August House to treat the matter on utmost priority and act aptly. Few remedial measures our government may consider are engage in diplomatic talks with the US government to resolve the issue amicably. India can highlight the importance of pharmaceutical exports to the US and explain the potential consequences such as cost hike medicines, shortage of availability of life-saving medicines for US patients. Sir, pursue free trade agreement with the US, review the US-Indian Trade Policy Forum to ensure that it is effective in addressing trade issues, including tariffs on pharmaceutical products. Sir, provide support to the Indian pharmaceutical industry, such as special incentives, subsidies, tax breaks, or other any benefits to help them to absorb the impact of US tariffs and become more competitive. Encourage Indian pharmaceutical industry companies to develop new strategies such as operational efficiencies through automation, cost optimization, and more focus on R&D for technology upgradation. Extend special financial support for pharma companies for R&D to develop new technologies and innovative molecules to compete globally. Sir, by considering the above remedies, the Indian government can mitigate the impact of US reciprocal tariffs on Indian pharma products and safeguard the pharmaceutical industry.
Thank you, Mr. Manisri Vaiko need to take steps to ensure safe disposal of Kukudam nuclear waste in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, there was a proposal to establish atomic plant in Gujarat state in Bhavanagar near Mithivirdi village. At that time, the CM of Gujarat, Mr. Vijay Rupani, did not allow. So Gujarat is very dear to the Honorable Prime Minister, therefore he never attempted to establish atomic plant in Gujarat. On 22nd November 1988, when the President of the then USSR, Mr. Gorbachev, came to India, the Honorable Prime Minister made a statement in both the houses of the Parliament. While welcoming the arrival of Gorbachev, the PM stated that India and USSR signed an agreement to establish an atomic plant in India. In Lok Sabha, there was no protest after making the statement. In Rajya Sabha also, I was only one member who sought clarification from the PM, asked which place you have selected, and said you planned an atomic plant in Kudangulam, the seashore of Tamil Nadu, and public and fishermen are agitated when they came to know about this. But you have suppressed this fact. Nuclear disasters happened in the atomic plant in 3 Mile Island in USA, Chernobyl in Soviet Russia, and thousands of people died, and people are still suffering. If any disaster happens, southern districts of Tamil Nadu will be totally destroyed. Protesting against Kudangulam, thousands of fisherwomen observed a relay fast and agitated for 18 months continuously. I also went there thrice. The criminal cases were launched against the agitating public by the then state government. Many were arrested. I am also one of the accused in the agitation. Now 4 plant units have already been established. 2 more units are proposed, and the whole area is becoming nuclear shell. Lakhs of people will be affected. Unimaginable deaths will happen in case of disaster. Now, $1 million question is where they are going to dispose nuclear waste safely. Now the nuclear waste are put there itself in the plant. I came to know they are going to deposit now in the sea. A volcano is sitting on our heads. Poolaga Nanbargal and NGO in fighting the case approached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that atomic plant should be built a deep geological repository by 2018. When it was not ready, the NGO approached the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court granted time till April 2022 for building DGR. But till this date, nothing has moved. In Japan, Fukushima, 11th March 2011, nuclear disaster happened and many people died. A volcano is sitting on our heads in southern districts of Tamil Nadu, and they are not going to deposit this nuclear waste anywhere other than the seashore near the plant and the sea. The demand of the people of Tamil Nadu in southern districts is to close down the atomic plant permanently. I urge upon the government, the Honorable Prime Minister, to take steps to close down the atomic plant and save the people from the impending catastrophe.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaikuji. Mani Sri KRN Rajesh Kumar, demand for increase in wheat allocation to the state of Tamil Nadu.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. Sir, my 0-hour subject is demand for increase in wheat allocation to the state of Tamil Nadu. I rise to bring to the notice of the House the urgent need to address the wheat shortage in Tamil Nadu, sir. Under the leadership of Honorable CM Talabadi, the breakfast scheme is being successfully implemented in Tamil Nadu schools to improve nutrition and attendance. Currently allocating only 8,576.02 metric ton wheat under the National Food Security Act, whereas the consumption of wheat in the state has increased to 23,000 metric ton per month, sir. Sir, as the Tamil Nadu is not a wheat producing state, it depends on supplies from the Food Corporation of India. I request the Honorable Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution to arrange for an increase in the allocation of wheat to 23,000 metric ton per month. If this is not possible under NFSA, I request the Minister to consider supplying 15,000 tons of wheat under the open market sales scheme, sir. This increase in allocation will not only meet the growing demand for wheat in Tamil Nadu, but also ensure that the people of the state have access to this essential commodity at affordable price, sir. Sir, I urge the Minister to take immediate action in this regard, sir. Sir, Honorable Chairman, sir, the Union government should be a mother bird, treated each state with equal respect and address their concern through equitable governance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh ji. Sri A.D. Singh ji, demand to impose custom duty on soybean oil imported from Nepal and other Southeast Asian countries.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. Steep surge in import of soybean oil from Nepal adversely affecting Indian farmers. During the financial year 2024, the import of soybean oil from Nepal has increased more than 14-fold as compared to the previous financial year. The surge of soybean oil import from US 2.81 million in 2023 to US 38.15 million in 2024. This is when Nepal is only a marginal producer of soybean oil. It so happened that the custom duty on soybean oil import was 13.75 before September 2024, and in September 2024 it attracted the basic custom duty on soybean oil was 20% to protect Indian oilseed farmers. Now the soybean oil attracts a duty of as high as 35.75%. However, under the Nepal-India Treaty of Trade 2009, Nepal enjoys zero duty assessed for the export of its products into India. This steep rise in the duty in September last year is the main reason why the import of soybean oil from Nepal skyrocketed in November 2024. The significant price gap has incentivized the traders to reroute soybean oil through Nepal for duty-free access to the Indian market. Surprisingly, during last financial year, the import of soybean oil from Brazil, which is the main supplier of soybean oil, was reduced from US 300 million. Also, China, one of the largest exporters of soybean oil, does not export to India directly. The steep increase in imports has created some concern in the country, as the import of soybean oil is seriously hurting domestic refiners and farmers and causing revenue loss to the government. The experts feel that the import surge could be result of possible flouting of rules of origin and bypassing trade regulations. In view of the above, it is urged that the government should impose a minimum import duty on soybean oil imported from Nepal and other Southeastern Asian countries, ensuring that it is not lower than the price of domestically produced oil extracted from oil seeds as per country's minimum support offer. I request the government to review the Nepal-India Treaty and other agreements so that the interests of oil seed producing Indian farmers could be protected. Thank you, sir.
Dhanyavad. Shri P. Wilson demand to address the anomalies existing in the reservation roster system.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir. Sir, there is deliberate tinkering of the Department of Personnel and Training roster system applied in reservation and used in public employment with the union government and its agencies. This manipulation has systematically deprived scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes of their rightful representation in the public employment and also to head the government organizations. Reservation was introduced as an instrument of social justice to ensure fair representation for historically marginalized communities, and the reservation roster is a crucial component in implementing this policy. However, the reservation roster, as outlined in the Department of Personnel and Training DOPT Office Memorandum dated 2/7/1997, is fundamentally flawed. The issues continued with the subsequent memorandum dated January 31st, 2019. These anomalies have resulted in the wrongful excess allocation of posts to unreserved candidates at the expenses of the reserved candidates. For example, according to the 2019 DOPT memorandum, in the 13-point model roster, 9 out of the 13 posts, including 1 EWS, are assigned to unreserved candidates instead of the rightful 6, an unjust gain of 3 additional posts. In department organization with only 2 sanctioned posts, both positions are assigned to unreserved candidates, completely eliminating representation for the reserved candidates. In a cadre strength of 6, 5 positions are allocated to unreserved candidates instead of appropriate 3. In small cadres with less than 10 posts, 70% of the posts in a cadre of 10 are assigned to the unreserved candidates instead of the correct 50.5%. 83% of the posts in a cadre of 6 are assigned to unreserved candidates instead of the correct of 50.5%. 100% of the posts in a cadre of 3 are assigned to unreserved candidates, completely eliminating the reservation. These data furnished by me are not mere statistical discrepancies. They are systematic efforts to eliminate reserved candidates and favor unreserved candidates, which constitute a direct violation of the constitutional mandate for social justice. The first roster point, which carries significant importance, has been exclusively assigned to unreserved candidates across all government institutions, leading to a deliberate distortion that ensures SC, ST, OBC candidates are denied fair representation in Group A and B posts. Sir, to perpetuate an error is a sin, but to correct it is an administrative duty. The existing roster system represents a structured deception designed to suppress the rightful opportunities of marginalized communities, preventing them from entering mainstream positions such as the heads of the organization and secretaries of the department. This constitutes a constitutional betrayal and an ongoing injustice that has persisted for decades. I urge the Honorable Prime Minister of India and the Honorable Minister for the State of the Personal and Pension and Public Grievances to take immediate action to end this rigged reservation system and form a high-level committee with a retired Supreme Court judge from the disadvantaged.
Thank you. Dr. Sangeeta Balwant. Dr. Sangeeta Balwant demand to establish a CSD military canteen and ECH center in the Gazipur district of Uttar Pradesh.
माननीय उप सभापति महोदय जी, आपने मुझे उत्तर प्रदेश के मेरे गृह जनपद गाजीपुर के सैनिकों से जुड़े एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर बोलने का सुअवसर दिया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। माननीय उपसभापति महोदय जी, हमारा जनपद गाजीपुर वीरों की धरती के नाम से जाना जाता है, जहां पर परमवीर चक्र विजेता वीर अब्दुल हमीद, महावीर चक्र विजेता रामउग्रह पांडे, डॉक्टर शिवपूजन राय, कमलेश सिंह, हरेंद्र यादव, मोहम्मद इश्तियाक खां जैसे अनेक वीरों ने जन्म लिया है और जहां पर लगभग 200 की संख्या में इन शहीदों की वीर नारियां निवास करती हैं। सभी सेनाओं को मिलाकर 3,382 वीर नारियां निवास करती हैं एवं वर्तमान में सभी सेनाओं से 30,026 की संख्या में रिटायर्ड सैनिक निवास करते हैं तथा लगभग 40,000 की संख्या में सैनिक वर्तमान में सेवारत हैं। वीरों की इस धरती गाजीपुर के सैनिकों के कल्याण एवं सुविधा हेतु जनपद गाजीपुर में CSD कैंटीन नहीं है। यहाँ कैंटीन के नाम पर 39 GTC वाराणसी का एक्सटेंशन काउंटर है जो जनपद गाजीपुर के सैनिकों के लिए पर्याप्त नहीं है और सैनिकों को सामान लेने हेतु 100 किलोमीटर की दूरी तय करके वाराणसी जाना पड़ता है। दूरी के कारण वृद्ध सैनिक अपना सामान लेने से वंचित रह जाते हैं। जनपद गाजीपुर में सैनिकों के सुविधा के लिए CSD कैंटीन बनाया जाना अति आवश्यक है। इसके साथ साथ ECHS जो सैनिकों के लिए मेडिकल सुविधा है उनके लिए भी सैनिकों को वाराणसी का रुख करना पड़ता है जो सैनिक व उनके परिवारजनों के लिए असुविधा का कारण बना हुआ है। माननीय उपसभापति महोदय जी, मैं आपके माध्यम से सदन के माध्यम से जनपद गाजीपुर में CSD कैंटीन व ECHS जो सुविधा युक्त हो स्थापित करने की मांग करती हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। श्री तिरुचि शिवाजी, need to strengthen physical equity for balanced national growth.
Sir, this is to thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. This is to address the issue of fiscal federalism and the persistent neglect faced by Tamil Nadu in the allocations of financial resources and project sanctions by the union government, which undermines the spirit of cooperative federalism. Sir, the Tamil Nadu is always facing a stepmotherly treatment over the years, which is evidenced by inadequate disaster relief, dilution of tax devolution, and disproportionate project sanctions. Sir, the two twin cyclones, the Fengal and Michang, and the unprecedented floods due to torrential rains in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu has caused massive damage, whereas the union government has released only 267 crores against the demand of the state government of 37,906 crores. So this is very meager than compared to the demand. Sir, the gross inadequacy disregards not only the magnitude of the devastation but also the strain on the states. Further, sir, the DPR, that is the detailed project report for the Madurai and Coimbatore metro rail projects have been submitted in February 2002. Then again, as per the directions of the union government, the requisite comprehensive mobility plan and the alternative analysis report have also been submitted in December 22, whereas the continued bureaucratic delays and scrutiny at multiple levels reflect a pattern of neglect that stalls the Tamil Nadu's development. Sir, Tamil Nadu's population is only 6.9%, whereas it contributes 9% to the GDP. I don't want to compare other states which have more population and contributing lesser. Whereas the 9th Finance Commission has given 7.93% to Tamil Nadu. In the 12th Commission, it has come down to 5.305, and now it is only 4.079. It is diminishing day by day. And sir, I have a lot to say. The Manarega scheme 3,797 is pending. So also the PM AY, Gramin and Urban is also pending. In this situation, I would urge the union government to ensure equitable disaster relief, revise the horizontal tax devolution in order to reward the tax contribution and fiscal discipline and address the structural inequalities that continue to penalize Tamil Nadu and other progressive states. Promoting equitable fiscal policies across the country is not just a constitutional mandate but a necessity for India's balanced development. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.